Hello, Nano Writers. It's KR on day 13, and I currently have just over 22,000 words. So, I said yesterday that I had to go back and change a portion, and I did, and it was fairly difficult because, first of all, you're cutting out a bunch of words. And second, you have to go back over things that you've already written, and it's very easy to get sucked back into, I need to change this, I need to change this mode. So, which is kind of the whole idea of NaNoWriMo is that you're supposed to push forward and always have that goal of increasing in mind and not be sucked into editing mode where everything has to be perfect. You can do that later. And so the problem, obviously, when you make a decision like I did to break the rules and change a thing because you'd written yourself into a place that you didn't want to be, is that you can very easily get sucked fully back into that mode that you don't want to be in. So if you, I was actually able, I actually went through and I was able to keep most of what I had written, and I've just made some changes here and there. But I might recommend, depending upon how strong your tendency is to go in and manipulate everything that you've already written, if you make a decision like I did to change the last scene that you wrote, and it was the last scene that I had written on that day, then just cut it. Take it, select that part, and hit delete. And if you really feel bad about that, you can hit copy and put it into a different document. But don't leave it in where you're writing, because it really will slow you down. And it took me, and it really did slow me down. It probably took me about 5 hours to get those 2,000 words when, at other times I've been able to produce material a lot faster than that. On the other hand, I'm glad that I did it because I have a much stronger position now to go forward with my story, and I think that I was able to improve the action scene that I had already begun. Definitely, I put more details in, which I shouldn't have done, and gone back and put more details in. But it also tells me that when I go back, when I'm done with the story and I go back through and do my editing, that there's a lot of fleshing out that I can do and some things to change here and there, that definitely that there's room for improvement in the story, and that I have the capacity to improve the story. So that's actually kind of encouraging to say, when I get to the end, I'm going to have a product that I can continue to work with and improve it. And it won't be, or at least I really hope that it won't be like last year when I got to the end and I'm like, this is a pile of crap. Of course, now a year later, I've gone back and looked at what I wrote last year, and I don't think it's quite, I don't think it's quite as much a problem as I originally had, as I had thought it was in December. But there is definitely a lot more that needs to be changed in that story than I'm feeling with this one right now. So that's my advice for when you have to make some changes. Go ahead and make sure to vote in that poll. I have that available for one more day, and then I'll be putting up an excerpt. And I've reached 50 subscribers on my blog, but I probably only get about 5 views per video. So I think that most of the people who are following me are just following me because they're hoping that I'll follow them back, and I don't most of the time. I don't indiscriminately follow. If I like what you have to say, then I will. And if you've commented on my blog or whatever, I definitely will go and read yours. But I'm not putting that on in the words on my blog. You'll have to watch the video to find that out. So if you actually are watching this video and you follow my blog, thanks very much. I do appreciate that. And if you're a fake, then I guess you'll never see me saying that I don't like you as a fake. Anyway, cheers for now.